This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. Regular viewers of the channel will remember in 2019 when I covered a story about 3D guns. This was the first man to be convicted in the UK for actually making them in order to be able to sell them on. And this week, almost 3 years later, somebody has been convicted of trying to import weapons in order to make firearms with a 3D printer to sell them to organised criminals. The NCA have said in a statement that a gun supplier from Birmingham used a 3D printer and an ammunition press to make viable weapons from parts ordered on the dark web. He has been jailed for 27 months. Haroon Iqbal, 32, from Birmingham, made 2 orders for parts to be sent from the US. The NCA in the UK intercepted his messages after they seized a parcel at the border. Iqbal first requested the internal parts of a Glock, and he ordered them to be covered up with electronics to make them harder to identify. The order was sent, and on its arrival in the UK on the 22nd of January 2022, the internal parts for the Glock were delivered. The items on their own were not illegal, they said, but they were forensically marked by the NCA to ensure they could be identified for when Iqbal collected them later on. On the 24th of January, he collected the gun parts from an address in Birmingham, and the NCA were watching him. Following the success of the first delivery, on the 26th of January, he requested a barrel for a Glock and also automatic rifle parts. This time, he requested they be hidden inside a toolbox. The US authorities organised that the toolbox be sent to the address in Birmingham without the parts. And following the delivery on the 28th of February, NCA surveillance officers arrested Iqbal and they found the 3D printer and the ammunition press. They also found the internal parts for the gun that he ordered first. And the US-based seller was contacted by the authorities and his phone was seized. Messages that were found on the device, which they had been using, was on the encrypted service Signal, and the police said that it showed that they had a very relaxed relationship and that Iqbal was very confident with the deliveries. Iqbal said in one message, "Make sure it doesn't look suspicious, nothing glaringly obvious and no gun parts visible." In the second load, he said, "Showed the decoy and put a Christmas card in there to make sure that nobody suspects anything." Other messages then showed that Iqbal was getting paranoid because he believed that the man had sent too little in the parcel and that Border Force would be suspicious. And they was, and they checked the parcel, and this is when the investigation began. Iqbal pled guilty on the 27th of April 2022 at Birmingham Crown Court, and he was sentenced on the 27th of May. NCA Operations Manager Neil Connors said, "Haroon spoke with confidence to the supplier in the US and he thought that he could avoid detection by using the dark web and an encrypted messaging service. He was unaware we was monitoring his every move." The supply and use of these firearms could have been devastating on the streets of the city and also in other cities around the UK. And they said they will continue to try to take firearms off the street in any way that they think that criminals are trying to create them. So I thought this was a really interesting story and in some way sort of a development on the previous story to show that 3 years later people are still trying, if not succeeding, to make 3D firearms and also ordering the parts from America in order to do this. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this story, and please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Peace.